So this is our newest boat, 28 HCS, and it's a hybrid. Seems to be the thing nowadays, you know, the hybrid version. We used to just call it a bay boat. But so we have higher freeboard than a standard bay boat, and this is built pretty much like all the other boats as far as infused hull, infused liner, infused decks. Most of the parts are infused, carbon fiber throughout. Carbon fiber on the consoles, 100% on the legs. Carbon fiber throughout the hardtop. We're using the carbon fiber for rigidity, for lightweight. We infuse everything for the lightweight and rigidity. So the way we manufacture this boat is a little different than the rest of the boats. This boat is actually manufactured, the hull and deck come together mold to mold in lamination, and it's parted out of the mold with its deck installed. So it comes together precisely with glue everywhere, down in the fish boxes, around the edge, on the sides. So when I'm tapping on the side of the boat here, I'm actually on the inside, I'm tapping on the outside. It's one piece. So the deck and the liner and the hull are all working together. So it saves us weight and makes it more rigid. We don't have the hollow sounding effect with the space in between. So just starting here at the back, so you know, this boat is going to be used for offshore fishing, wine and cheese, at the beach, at the sandbar. It's a versatile boat. That's what we do, right? All our boats are kind of a versatile boat. I don't know what I'm going to do next weekend, but I know I'm going to do it on a boat. We build a boater's boat. So it's got to do all these things and not have any compromises. So we've got a place to install twin power poles and still be able to deploy the stern ladder. I came across these stern ladders a few years ago in, I think it was Ibex, and I said I'm going to jack these ladders up and build a boat around it. And this is the boat. So when you deploy the ladders, the handles come up like the one on the bow here. So climbing the ladder, you've got something to hang on to. The one on the bow, we actually redesigned all the bracketry and we made it so that it articulates and completely comes into the ankle locker. All the way in, it's all hit. Somebody asked me yesterday, well, what happens when you're hitting waves, right? You know, it comes into the boat. And then in the back here, we made a place for the stern anchor, and you can deploy it and use it from in the boat or from out of the boat. Again, for, you know, beaching. And then in the back here, I wanted to have, again, for fishability, a big stern deck, a place to be up here and throwing a cast net, fishing, you know, all that, and have it very fishable, and then have it transform into a large seat. Under the seat, we had all this extra space. We put in two 50-quart coolers. Up here, we've got a 94-quart cooler built in. Workstation. It goes too deep on these, so we can put 8 boxes in here. And then up here, we've got a place to put lures, hang the lures. And they're all closed up. We've got a live well over here. Integrated ski tow. We've got coil hoses port and starboard, raw water, fresh water. Like with all of our boats, we have the upgraded stereo system as standard. Subwoofers. Again, with all of our boats, we have a 3-inch thick anti-fatigue mat. The boat has 205 gallons of fuel. Draft on this boat is 17 inches. I think it's a 18-degree dead rise at the transom. Glove box, batteries and battery switches are below here. Batteries are accessible from in the console. Coming around to the bow. Kind of something that caught on with all the rest of the boats we did is we pushed the gunnels out up here where the seat is and brought the gunnels in. It gave us a place for having more storage under here and a simple backrest without any moving parts. Nice seating in the bow. This has an optional live well under here, otherwise it would be a cooler. All of our cushions are held on with magnets. So the magnets are molded into the boat and built into the cushion, and you just drop the cushion on. We have the iconic windshield that opens and closes. So I came up with that a bunch of years ago at another company, and I did it. My main focus on that was safety at night. So I was out on a boat with an enclosed windshield, and I just didn't feel safe getting up on planing and running with all these little boats around. And I said, I'm going to get that windshield out of the way. And that was the main reason, was getting nighttime visibility, getting the window out of the way and getting rid of the glare. And then all the other benefits of having the window open and close are obvious. Again, we have the articulating ladder in the bow. We use slam latches on all of our boats for all the hatches. So you just open and close the hatch without having to worry about some people turning it back and bending the pawl. Access to the anchor road is wide open up here in the bow. It's got a windlass. We mold in a place for the trolling motor. Most of these boats end up with a trolling motor. So we can transform the bow up here. We have a lightweight carbon fiber bow filler. You open up all the hatches, drop the bow filler in. You can put another cushion in the middle so it's all cushion, or take all the cushions off, and we've got a raised bow deck for fishing. So again, this boat transforms from a weekend, sandbar boat to a hardcore fishing boat. I'd like to if you want to come up and go on the boat, I'll go through it with you. I'll be around, and we've got a spec sheet with all the numbers on it. I didn't want to have to quote them. I can't see the sheet. I forget the numbers nowadays.
Tell me a little bit about how the outlet is. Those are for sunshade.
So this is, so we do a lot of this with the sunshade. I've got a patent applied for on the lights in the sunshade. So a lot of these sunshades, they deploy, but they only go out 60% of the width. So you don't get a lot of coverage. It's a heavy mechanism. So we came up with these carbon fiber poles. We actually have them made by Stiffy, and we have a canvas that goes on. It's got the lights in it, plugs in here. And you can roll it up and leave it stowed here, or put it away.